right, everybody, welcome back. We are watching live the Vero G Spotlight Radio Show here with your host, Vero G. I am sorry for the delayment. I was doing something today, the time was off. But again, we're here live, and we have a special two guests that will be on here on this hour. We'll be having the amazing uh, artist Shine. She is with us right now, so making her situated. But prior to that, guys, welcome. I'm excited. We have a great show. And in the other hour, we're gonna have artist JR, the artist. So you guys already know. With that said, we're gonna start the show a little differently this week. The show. So we're gonna start with the guests, and then we'll go after that with the other segments quickly on here, and you know how we do. So, with that in mind, officially we're live now, watching on YouTube, on I think Facebook Live, and also on Twitch. Chat is open right now for everyone watching right on the show. So, and also, by the way, before we can continue. Again, if y'all don't know what today is, I'll say one more time. Hope I got the picture here. Not. No, that's not him. No, that's the wrong one. Wrong day. It is Happy 4th of July. No. Happy 4th of July, everybody out there watching. Please be safe out there. Enjoy yourselves. And listen, just have a good time, guys. Yeah, so big shout out to Vaughn and Jason. We had a good time today. It was really amazing. Well deserved, well overdue. So I just had to put that out there. Okay, listen, I'm live, by the way. Oh my God, I'm done.
We want candy.
What just happened? Anyway, all right, guys, listen. My guest is on here right now. Listen. Forgive me, guys. Sometimes it's weird in the show. It gets live. With that said, let's have this lovely, amazing guest who is on here. Her name is Shine, and I'm honored to have her on the show. Let's give it up for Shine in the building. Welcome.
Hey.
You.
Hey, everybody in the back too. I don't mind if it gets weird. That's fine with me.
Yes. No, listen. We usually, and I thank you again. I apologize for the timing. It was just timing was a little against us today, but I'm just thank you so much for your patience before we start.
Oh, it was that kind of. First off, it was that kind of day, so I totally understand.
Thank you.
On the show, I'm so glad to be here with you.
You're welcome. Are you ready? Are you excited?
Man, I'm both of those. Both ready and excited.
Awesome. All right, let's get it started. So before anything, I checked out some of your stuff. I love your music. I love,
Thank you.
You're welcome. And I love how you embrace the cover songs. And we're going to talk about that in a minute. But definitely. So prior to that, let's get into, you are an amazing artist. You are, I know we're going to talking about your project and that sort. But tell the viewers and audience now watching a little bit of who is Shine.
Okay, so hello, I am Shine. Right now, I'm based out of Houston, Texas, but I'm originally from Buffalo, New York, which apparently everybody in Houston can tell. But I am a singer, a songwriter, performing artist, and a multidisciplined performing artist as well. So I've done some singing, acting, modeling, all of those things. And I'm building my brand right now. So I want to thank Vero for having me on the show so I can let you guys know a little bit more about that. But yeah, I got some great things coming up. We're going to get into it, but it's a pleasure to meet you.
Same here, same as well. I mean, like I said, you have an amazing voice, and I got the chance to some of the stuff on YouTube, and I was like, this girl you got to get signed, because I was like, she can sing. Now, you know how some people could say, I'm saying no, she could sing, okay? Like,
I think that's a blessing. I'm from a performing arts family. Many of my siblings are actually professional artists as well. Grew up performing around the country with my family and my parents. So, yeah, actually my first time in Texas was in Dallas, and we were here to perform at a different function as a family. So I've been doing this literally my whole life. I'm pretty sure I was singing before I was walking, but don't quote me on that.
No, listen, I love it. It's in the blood. It's in you, and I love that. So listen, I see it. You're right now. You're very welcome. So prior to that, like, let's say, who are your, like, let's say 3 to 4 top musical influences in your life?
Oh man. Okay, that's easy. So first off, Sade is one of my top influences. Like, I always thought her voice was just so smooth and angelic, but it was like, but you can't forget it though. That's the thing. It's smooth, but you can't forget it. I love some other artists that I love. Kind of more in the neo soul indie space. It's kind of like Corinne Bailey Rae. I think her music is really great. That's the lady. If you recognize her song, like "Girl, put your records on, tell me your favorites." That's her song. That was my first song I ever heard by her, and that man. Now, when you get kind of more R&B phase, I love Sir. Sir is great. Like that's one of my favorite R&B artists right now.
Same here.
Right next to Ari Lennox, I think both of them have very unique, distinct songwriting styles and voices. And so those are some of my big inspirations, some of my favorite people right now or for the whole, the whole time of me loving music. But yeah.
I love that, and it's cool because I like the selections you chose. Sorry for the background, by the way, but the select. Okay, so yeah, but the selections you chose. No, it's okay. The selections you chose, I love it because everybody has their own kind of personality to it when it comes to their music style. So
Yes, and I actually did go to school for music. So I went to Shriner University in Kerrville, Texas, out in the hill country. Had a great experience there, and I studied vocal performance, keyboard. That's how I learned to play the guitar. So I have really, I just wanted to give you the short version, but my music taste is very eclectic because even with my family, we grew up performing original and traditional gospel music. So my dad is a songwriter and a performing artist as well. And he wrote the music, the original music that we performed. And then we also did some traditional songs as well. So it's everything. Everything's in here. People always ask me, like, what kind of music do you like? Look, I like songs. I don't care what the genre is. If the song is good, it's good. And there's always things I'm listening for anyway, because I have my little things I love to hear in music. So yeah, I try to keep it not too lengthy for you, but yeah, I like it all. Hmm.
I love that. Like I said, like everybody has their own types of styles with what you say music and that sorts. But I love that
Yeah.
because it's embraces who you are as a person, also in your music genre, as they say. Yeah.
I totally agree. And I always say too, I feel like being a musician and an artist and everything, I feel like I have the best job in the world, to be honest with you. Like, it's such a blessing. And it's something I had to learn though, because growing up in a family that does the arts professionally, it took me a while to realize, like, oh, everybody else doesn't do this. Like, everybody's not doing a show every weekend. Everybody's not in a play on stage every semester. Like, I didn't know. And so I kind of did take it for granted a little bit when I was growing up. But now that I'm a little bit more mature as a person, man, I see it as the gift that it is. Like, you have such a profound impact on other people's lives. Like, I firmly believe everybody's life is a movie and worth recording. I know sometimes people talk about it like, oh, people are narcissistic. They all have their phones now. I'm like, wait a second, hold on. Because from the 1800s, whichever king in England was there, we can only remember his life because somebody else was recording it, But all the other people that lived at that time, they didn't have time for that. They were out there just trying to make it happen as far as life goes. So those are stories we'll never get a chance to ever hear, and they're just as interesting as the highest profile person at the time. Now we don't have that problem. Everybody has a way to record their life, and it is important. And I feel like as musicians, we get to be the soundtrack to everybody's life. And we get to be there for the moments. We get to be a part of their life in a way that almost nobody else will. And I think that is like so special. It's one of the things I'm the most passionate about.
Ah man, well said. I love that because like I said, everybody has their own kind of way of doing things, but I love how it embraces who you are also as a musical artist and use that use that in your style and your way of doing things. And I really love that. So that
Absolutely. Yes. And that's also something I had to embrace too. Coming from so many other professional level artists. I mean, I don't know if you've ever been to Buffalo. But what I will tell you, what I will tell you is it's a crazy amount of talent in Buffalo. Like it's almost weird how much time. And then when you look at it, a lot of famous musicians and people have come. Brian McKnight is from Buffalo. Rick James is from Buffalo. There's a gospel group very famous called Take Six from Buffalo. Like, we're not short on, amazing high profile talent that's come out of that town. So you can imagine what I grew up around. And so it took me some time to really develop my own confidence in the gift that I was given and the instrument that I had, and see it as valuable. And I'm so glad I put that work in on myself. That's why I truly believe whatever gift and specialty that you've been given in life, what it really is a tool for you to help you become all of yourself. It is there because without music, I may never have totally put on my full confidence and come into my full confidence in myself and had to believe in what I had to offer. But because of music, I do. So whatever you have going on out there, that's your specialty and that's your gift, use that as a tool of self-transformation, a vehicle to get you to being the person that you were really supposed to be. I encourage that.
Amen. Yes, I love it. I love it. I love it. Like I said, well said. Definitely, definitely. So prior to that, let's talk about your music now. So,
Mhm.
um, I know you're working on a couple of things. Now, before we continue, we'll put this up on the screen right now so people can see it, and we could talk about. Definitely, we could talk about that. It's You have a star vlog, and you have, I think it's every day or every week or so. You present different types of covers, and talk more about that. I
Okay,
mean,
so we'll get into my YouTube channel, which you can find my YouTube channel at Shine818 Music on YouTube.com, of course. And a couple of the featured things that are going on right now. Number one, my star vlog. I never was really clear on how to say that, to be honest with you, but it's a vlog or something, it's a video log. Anyway,
it's
it's
okay. It's okay.
out at the end of every month. Right now I'm going to be doing one a month. It's about 10
Okay.
minutes long, and what it is going to be a kind of a rundown of the things that I've been getting up to musically that month. So the one for June just came out a few days ago, obviously at the end of the month of June. And some of the highlights on that one was I was a part of the Make Music Day Festival, which was a citywide music festival hosted in part by Loud Music in partnership with the Houston Public Library System. So I got a chance to be on the main stage for that one. Super pumped. That was a great day. And then the same day I was in another event with a company called Penstream Entertainment. And they're a nonprofit and performance branch called Azoria. They put on a great show at the art room, and I enjoyed that. So things like that you can find out in the vlog. I'm not gonna give it all to you. Go to YouTube and watch it. But along with that, I'll also be in July doing a cover series. So that's going to be
Awesome.
31 days of covers. So when you go over to YouTube and check out the ones I've already posted, make sure you leave some suggestions below so I can, work in some of the songs you guys really want to hear.
Definitely, definitely. And I'm gonna put one more time on the screen so people can see
Thank
it. That is no problem. So
you.
it's basically you're putting out yourself out there each month as you mentioned,
Hmm.
and you could definitely support it. Let me just take that out real quick so people can see that. So they could go to your YouTube channel, which is at Shine818 Music,
Yes.
um, and they could I'm sorry.
Oh, no, I apologize. I didn't mean to
It's okay.
interrupt you. I just want
No, it's okay.
this was my way of making sure that everybody who is feeling the music, who supports me personally, business wise, is able to be a part of the journey with me because I'm on the go so much. Honestly, there's no time for me to touch base with each one of you guys individually. So when you head over and check out the Star Vlog, this is how you'll be able to see like what all this journey is getting up to, what it's about, how it's moving along, and what's coming up next. So I want you guys to be a part of everything that's happening right along with me. So make sure you check out the Star Blog.
I love that. This is what I'm talking about. Listen, I love it because it's a way to engage your fans and new supporters and get to see like kind of like your life, like behind the scenes basically, and then also see you like you're on the road. Like I saw a few of them. I was like, okay, yes, and you were driving, and I was like, go ahead, girl, yes. Just be cautious in the road though, but you do your thing.
Man, I tell you what, I feel like I'm always headed somewhere or coming back from somewhere. I'm in the car more than the house these days. So I had to just get it in mind. I was like, you know what? Get you a little dashboard tripod or whatever, because if this is where you're going to be, then this is where they're going to have to see you for right now.
I love it. I love it. That's awesome. That's awesome. So prior to that, no problem. No, prior to that, you said you have what upcoming projects and events you got going on.
Okay, so prior to that, really, I'll tell you the space that I'm in with my brand right now is I'm actually doing a rebrand. I'm in the process of rebranding. So, depending on when you met me, you may know me by a couple different, stage names for some different things going on. However, the music I do have out now, you can always go to my website, which is www.shine818.com, and you can check out the music that I do have available right now. However, I'm up to heavy collaboration. So even if you're an artist that's watching this interview right now, and you're like, I think I might want to work with her, email me. You'll find my email on my website. And let's see, maybe we have some artistic chemistry. Let's get to work because next year I'm full force with it. So this is kind of the preview to the remix right now. But next year, man, 2026 is a big year, and I have a lot of things planned for 2026. So, yeah, check me out on my website as well.
Okay, this is what I'm talking about. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. Yes, yes. So, are you prior to this? You were doing now the vlog. You're getting outside there with the events and that sorts. Now, are you working on any projects this year, or working on it till next year, or what do you that the your fans supporters are looking forward to for that?
Yes. So for this year, the project I have planned is going to be a 5 song EP. And it's going to include my original songs, which is going to be me and my acoustic guitar. So if you've been following me for a while, you know I play a couple different instruments. Sometimes I sing with the instrumental and with the band. Sometimes I play with the guitar and back myself up. And I have quite a few songs that are me and my guitar, which is my baby over there. I love her so much, Stella. I know. But which, you know what, I'll bring this up right now because it's an interesting story. Many people don't know Stella right here. Actually, somebody gave me this guitar when I was in school. I had a really good friend, and the first song I wrote on the guitar, he heard it and he was like, that's amazing. And he came back the next day. I guess he had overnight drove to his small town that's a little bit outside of where we went to school, and came back with this guitar. This was his guitar that he had since he was a child. His dad owned a restaurant, and he went and pulled it off the wall of the restaurant and brought it back. At 7 a.m., knocked on my door at my apartment, and I was like, "Hey, what's going on?" He's like, "Here you go." I was like, "What?" So that's how I. This was my first guitar. Somebody gifted it to me. They believed in me so much that they were like, "Look, you're gonna use this more than I will because I don't, but you're gonna do something great with it. So here you go." And it's a great guitar. Like, man, I love this guitar. Her name is Stella. But yeah, that's how I got this guitar. Is that not amazing? Still love it. Yeah. So yes, that's what's coming up. That EP with me and Stella right here, and I'll have that for you guys closer to the end of the year, just so we can have something to work with. Because 2026, like I said, man, it's releases and rollouts, and I'm excited about it.
I am excited. Oh my god! When you come back with that, let us know. Would love to
Oh,
have it
I'm
be
coming
heard
back.
here. Oh yes, 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 yes. and I love it, and I can't wait. And what we expected to hear, like just so it's more like something so when people like when it gets out, they'll definitely tune into like will be R&B, like give us more of what.
So it's gonna be kind of a little bit of an indie pop R&B kind of mix. I have a real kind of unique style, I would say, because I have so many different influences. But you know what? It fits me perfectly, and I think that it really introduces something special to everyone's day when they're hearing that music. It's I like to write about life. I like to write about my life, the lives of the people I observe, but I also am a very introspective person. So my music is going to be a lot about surrounding the things that all of us deal with, all of us go through, and all of us experience. So not just go through, yeah, sometimes it's a little bit sad on the sad side, but a lot of life is really great when we choose to see it that way. And I like to write about those kind of things too. So it's going to be some of those things, those themes all through the EP. And man, you guys are going to love it. I just know you are.
I love this, and as like I said, I want people to embrace it, and like I said, this is your baby, as I call it, because it's something that's gonna come from the heart. It's something that you point like your raw emotions to it. So when people hear it, they're gonna be like, "That's like," trust me, it's gonna captivate a lot of people,
Mm,
and
right. I
yeah.
totally, you know what? I don't know if how you planned everything to flow, but if you don't mind, I'd love to play a song for you guys. I think that would be great. And I
Yes,
love
you must watch the show. She came
I try
prepared.
to go prepared to stuff to the best of my ability.
Yes, no, listen, you know what? I'll let you take it away. You want to
Okay.
bless us? Please do. And
I would love to. So
yes, the
I'm going
floor
to
is
tell you
yours.
guys a little bit about the song before I get started because it really goes along with what we were just talking about. So this song right here is called Faith. Okay. I wrote this song almost 2 years ago. And I don't know about everybody else, but the last 2 to 3 years have been something. Okay, it's been a whole lot, and I was at a point where I was just like, you know what? I don't know. I don't know. Mental health is a thing that I really champion people for, because I know what it's been like for me not to have the greatest resilience in mental health. So I really had to build that for myself. Like, I bought my smile. I bought and paid for my smile, for real. And so I said that to say, one of my mentors, she said something to me one time. She was just like, girl, you got to learn how to encourage yourself. That's what she said. Cause I was just down on myself. I was doing myself a little dirty in my head, and that just rang in my head. And I was like, you know what, God, I need you to give me something. Give me something encouraging to put down, whatever. And I say, an angel whispered the lyrics to this song in my ear, to be quite honest with you. And I got up, I wrote the song in 10 minutes or something like that. And I played it about 6-7 times in a row. And by the time I got to that seventh time, I was energetically a whole lot better. I was in a totally different place. So I feel like this song is just a healing song. Let me adjust my chair really quick. This is a healing song for me. And I find that a lot of people really, really feel the same way about it. So this is Faith. Ooh, ooh. Don't need to wonder how the story ends when it's already faded. Don't need to wonder how I get it when I know who gave it. Don't need to worry about the road I'm on when I know who paved it. All I need to do is take the first step. Don't need to wonder where it's coming from. I am is here, it's me. Don't need to suffer separation, for I am is everything. When I feel depleted, I refresh myself, for I am is every breeze. All I need to do is take the first breath. Ooh, ooh. So I take a deep breath, like, whew, ooh. Don't need to wonder when, there's only now. No time does not exist. Don't need to die to go to heaven when I live each day in bliss. Don't need to wonder if there's more to life when in fact there's only this. All I need to do is whatever comes next. Hey, all I need to do is take the first step. Ooh. Ooh. So I take a deep breath, like, ooh, 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 hey, ooh, oh, 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 ooh. So I take a deep breath, like, ooh, 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 ooh.
Yes, I'm loving it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And this is our first time, no lie to you, true story. You're the first time, not first time, but first person on the show here live who has done a live performance with a what they call acoustic. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. Acoustic.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to say it, but yeah, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I'm for y'all.
Yes. Listen, I am honored. Oh, I love it.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And this is going to be on your new album, or?
Yes, so that's going to be on the EP that I'm putting out before the end of the year. I have to now because I performed it live and people keep on being like, hey, so when you going to put it in?
Right, like we need to hear it on like Spotify and all these places so they could like stream in that. Yeah.
Yeah, so you guys may not know, but for those last couple of years I was talking to you about just now, I had taken a little hiatus from because I had to get myself back right. But thank God I'm back right. So I'm getting the music back right. Everything is getting put into place. That's why 2026 is the year I have my eye on for making sure everything is set up correctly. Y'all will be able to find me everywhere and stream the music and everything. But this EP is going to come out before the end of 2025. And this song, yes, will be on it.
I just say I'm truly am honored because to hear that first here and when it gets out the album this year, I'm just like double blessed right now. So thank you. Yes. Yes, you already know. You already know. But yeah, definitely put that in the album. Definitely, put it out there in the studio and then
Mhm.
just when you get it, like everything put together and release it, like you're gonna get a lot of attraction on that because it's uplifting. And I love about it. It's has a positive message behind it. So
It does, yes. And you know what? I just feel like with music, I don't know if people always think of it this way, but to me, music is a technology. Just like your phone is a technology, because a technology is just something that you use outside of yourself to get a certain effect, usually on your own self, but maybe the world around you. So music does the same thing. You play the right song and you're in a totally different space. You're feeling like a totally different person, and a different song will do exactly that as well. So I love the fact that I get to be an artist. Like, it's so great. You can't beat this. I wouldn't choose anything else. Like, it's the best. And so you guys will get a chance to hear some more stuff from me, but that EP will be coming out before the end of the year. And then outside of that, some other exciting things I have coming up. Is just that I will also be doing some music, without the guitar. Now, for me
ooh,
personally, I've had a long career of playing instruments. Uh,
yes,
I actually did put out a piano instrumental album. Me and my dad worked on that one together when I was in high school.
oh,
So that was just some original, instrumental music that I put out. And from there, I played classical guitar and things like that. And so it's really been my dream to go ahead and not always be the person on the instrument myself, but actually have other instrumentalists that I'm working with and get to use my voice, because singing is the thing I love to do most of all out of everything. I love all my instruments, but man, I love to sing. And as I was telling you guys before, it took me a while to build up my confidence. I didn't always sound like the other people around me. And so I didn't always think that it was very valuable what I had to offer. And I'm thankful that I've matured as a person to the point where I realize what everybody has is valuable, and what everybody has, it has a place, it has a specific purpose. And I believe in the purpose that I have for been given for my voice and my instrument. And so I'm ready to not be hiding behind anything, but to be fully here, fully present with all of you guys and really share what I have to offer. And so, yeah, this next year coming up, man, and towards the end of this year, you're going to see me with the guitar, but you're also going to see me without the guitar, and it's just going to be shine. And I'm very excited about that as well.
oh man, I'm excited. I'm excited. Just overall, like everything's for a reason. And you're right about what you said because a lot of times people don't realize when you have a God given talent or gift, as they call it, it's something that it doesn't matter if you got any type of training or skilled. If it's something that you already embedded at a very young age, it's something it's a gift from God. And I think as long as you just work on it, you're good to go. You know.
If you're willing to work on it consistently, because I will say this, yes, I got blessed to be in a family where this is natural for us to do, but it's definitely not that I didn't work on it. I mean, from performing, like I said, at a young age, to going to school, taking lessons, working on songwriting, working on all of these things. Even when it came to that song, oh, an angel might have whispered it in my ear, yes, but you know what? And just like me having a guitar that works well, gets the job done, I'm also an instrument for that. So I have to also be tuned up. I have to be skilled well, so that when this coming down for me, I can actually get it out. I have the capability. So yes, you gotta work. You gotta put the hours in, and you have to be passionate about it. In order to get where you want to go with that. But I will tell you this as well. You know, sometime last year, it kind of hit me that I was kind of hiding behind perfectionism as well, to keep myself, that was holding me back. I was always thinking I have to do this so I can be able to do that, and do this so I can be able to do, no, like, another thing that's just important as building the skill is getting started, y'all. Gotta get started, because you'll never know what you need to work on until you actually do something. If you just stay in your mind going around and around, it's all hypothetical. It's like you'll never really know. So you have to get started. You have to put yourself out there, and trust that you can handle the learning process along the way. And don't be worried about looking bad. If it helps, you looked real bad or you were learning to walk and you didn't punish yourself for that. Think about this like learning to walk. You're just learning to play or learning to do whatever it is you're supposed to be doing. So, keep those things in mind, y'all.
I love that. This is what I'm talking about. Like, what I love about the show is that we don't just have interviews with artists. We also motivate other people while they're watching live
Mhm.
now or later on. And you never know who's generally you don't know who's watching, who could be inspired, or anybody that could reach out to later on. So this is just like a great instrumental or a tool they called it to like
Mhm.
embrace everybody. It doesn't matter if it's singing or acting, or it doesn't matter what any skill. But I think for the most part, because there's people out there that want to kind of tap into that. And
Mhm.
by you telling your testimony and your story, a lot of people are going to be captivated and be like, "Wow, if she had went through, like you said, like you was one time shy and then you overcame it."
Mhm.
You never know who could be listening. Be like, you know what, that's cool. They're going to give you that encouragement that could also just give it a shot and see what can come out of it.
Absolutely. And I'll be honest, that's a lot of what my life is about. I'm the kind of person, I guess I was just built to come in contact with other people and help them see things differently. I have a real good talent for that, a gift for that. Sometimes I do it with music. Sometimes I just meet you at the coffee shop and something that comes through me or comes out of my mouth, whatever the thought will, I'll say something that makes somebody see something that they've always been looking at a completely different way. And I love that. I don't know. I think that's also one of the best things in the world, because like who you just go around just helping people see things from a better perspective. Like you can't beat that. And
So
I
good.
just want to let everybody know that because this is something I had to deal with personally. Again, music has been my vehicle to become my greatest self, which I love. And as I was telling you guys before, I will always be procrastinating, be trying to get more and more perfect, more and more. And I didn't realize that my version in my head of what was perfect or not was literally just me trying to be other people. Let me tell you,
Mm,
first off, you'll never be anyone else. But that's the best part about it, because in a world where everyone else exists, you're the only piece that's missing. You're the one we need. So don't be so worried about trying to be what everybody else is being. Realize the fact that you are different in your own special way is the thing that makes it special in the first place. That's what makes it in high demand. Every person that's great at what they do that you admire, they are that, and they're considered that because they do something in a way that only they can do it. And that's the value. Things that are rare are valuable, and you're literally one of a kind. So what does that make you? It makes you priceless. Keep that in mind and move forward on yourself. Bet on your ideas. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there, and don't be afraid to bet on yourself, because that's literally the best bet you can make. It's better than any bet in Vegas. You are.
I love this. I'm talking about yes, yes, yes. Definitely. Now, my question to you next one is: okay, let's say if you had the opportunity, right, to work
Yeah.
with any mainstream artist,
Mhm.
doesn't matter each which genre or anything, who would it be and why? Ah,
Ooh,
that's a
that
good.
is a question. It's a hard question
No,
because
no, take it, take it.
people, it's so many people that I would love. But you know what? You know, I would actually say Chris Brown. Here's why. Chris Brown is literally a living legend in music and performance art and in songwriting and in his genre. Now, he doesn't always write all the songs himself. He works with a team sometimes. But when you look at the span of his career, he had, I mean, it will astound you how much work this man has put in his 30 something years of life. I would want to work with him because number one, we'd be a hit factory. So I'm just gonna put that together right now, because he could definitely perform and give out, but he has a full, like, well-rounded artist package, and that's something that I want for myself in my life. I'm currently working on putting together a good show. you know. So that's one person for sure that I would love to work with. Now, this is another person, although I think they're in retirement, but I mentioned her before, Sade. I would love to do a song with Sade. Like, I think that would be something that we'd have to make an album for people to go to sleep to, I think, because it's just going to relax you. It's definitely going to relax you. But yeah, those are my top two people right now that I can think of.
Okay, no, that's really cool. And I like I said, Chris Brown has this. He's been there for a while, but he, like you say, he always has different types of styles, and he always like people. Anything he puts, as you know, it becomes just an instant hit. Yeah.
He's so versatile. And yes,
Yes.
he has, I think I saw something just today, just on some music nerd stuff, but I saw something
Okay.
today that he is a male artist, the first male artist to have over 40 number one hit songs. It was something like, it was a crazy statistic, but it was true. I was like, I could believe it, because you don't even know, people don't even know how many people he's written songs for and produced songs for too. So it's not even just him doing his own music, it's him doing other people's music. It is crazy. He's going to go down as a legend. Sometimes we sleep on the people who are really a living legend just because they're still alive, and it's not until they're gone that, and we don't have any more production from them, that we realize, like, oh my gosh, I didn't, how much they were contributing to music. Sometimes it's easy, like with people like Prince and people like Michael Jackson, they have a certain kind of star effect that makes it easy to recognize their value while they're here. But it's other people that, you, man, once they're gone, we're like, dang, I miss them. Like, I hope he gets his flowers while he's still here, though, because he definitely deserves it.
So true. And you know, like a couple of years ago, I think I forgot which award show. I think it was the Grammys. He got snubbed a couple of times from them. And you know, ever since he had that, you know, the situation with Rihanna many years ago,
Right, right.
he was just always that stigma. Like people didn't want to work with him at the time. But I mean, since then he overcame it. You know, through all those battles and that.
Yeah. That doesn't get talked about enough either. You know, I do kind of go into a little Chris Brown section, but it's just because recently I just got back into his music a little heavier, like I used to be. And I remember why he was one of my favorite artists, period. And some of the things that he's been through in his life, people would be surprised that you have to actually be a real a person who really loves his art to know some of those things and have found it out. But one thing I will say is this: that is a person who has had to deal with very public repercussions on their own actions, consequences rather of their own actions. And I think they did it pretty gracefully. And that's kind of the most you could ask out of basically anybody, like, is to actually be accountable for your actions and deal with it with grace, but not let it stop you. Never let it stop you from being who you're supposed to be. Dr. Miles Monroe said it, I think. Um, you're gonna make a mistake. Let's just keep it real. You're gonna make mistakes, is what he said. The point is what you do when it's time to recover from the mistakes. The mistakes are a given. You gonna F it up. Okay. But when it's time to go ahead and be accountable and make up for your mistakes and choose who you're gonna be from that point forward, that's the thing. You gotta focus all your energy on that. And I would say he's done that pretty well. He's really made a great legacy for himself, um, in spite of being a human being like everybody else. And I think that should be applauded more, to be honest with you.
Let's give him the flowers now. Let's give the flowers.
Somebody do it. Get the man the flowers.
Well said. I love it. I love it. No, and it's true. Like I said, even though he had a situation in the past, but you know, who doesn't? And I think for the most part, as long as he's stopped the pattern, he'd had a few here and there, but I think he's cleaned up for the most part. We've seen he has cleaned up a bit, and him being a dad, you know, he's more focused on that now. And
Absolutely. And you know what, too? This goes into that talk about mental health a little bit.
yes.
Because let's think about the fact that that's a person who made a self-admitted mistake. And by mistake, I mean something that they feel they shouldn't have done. Maybe not something they did on accident. I don't know if it was intentional at the time, but at the end of the day, they felt like that was a bad decision. So we'll label it a mistake. They not only did that, they did it in front of the whole world. Okay. And the whole world was very much in disagreement with those actions. So it's not like people were just like, yay. No, they were not. So in front of a world full of people, which is a lot of people, This person somehow found a way to still be on their own side, still be their own biggest fan, still give themselves grace to the point where they allow for themselves to go on with life in a productive way. You can't pay for that kind of strength. You can only build it. And it's a great lady. What is her name? Raquel, the capacity expert, I think. She's going viral right now. She's a therapist, and she's just talking about how, you know, the way we talk about mental health right now is not always productive. It's a whole lot of coddling and things that actually don't get you anywhere. And she talks a little bit more about what real mental health and resiliency actually means. And one of those things that's going to come up is, can you handle the pressure of life? Because, like we were just talking about, you are going to make mistakes. You going to F up. And I can tell you, as a person who didn't used to be very kind to themselves, it's something you got to build because you're the only person in there with you all the time. So if you're in there doing yourself dirty, talking trash about yourself, there's nowhere else to go. You're the only person who could be there for you the way that you can. Okay. Other people, they're going to do their best, but they also have to do this for themselves and they have to live their own life. So you can't only depend on other people to do that for you. Sometimes it's going to feel like the whole world is against you. And if you're Chris Brown, sometimes the whole world was against you. And in that time, you have to hold your own hand. You got to be able to stand up inside yourself and say, hey, I know me. I know what kind of person I am. I know who I'm choosing to be going forward. And I made this big mistake, yes, but I'm going to find a way to come back from it. And I'm going to find a way to continue to make my life a positive thing. And that right there, that's going to be one of your biggest things in mental health and resiliency. You got to have that because without it, like it's looking dim. Okay. Got to have that.
Definitely, and it's crazy because we just all right. This month was but last month was June, and this month was July. And it
Mm-hmm.
was crazy because the whole month of June is actually men's health awareness, and it talks about. We were just talking about that. It was talking about mental health. It was talking about everything, like men to get checked and different. And we was talking about each week on the show here. So it's crazy you mentioned that, and I was literally talking about that like just a month ago about that. So it goes, yeah, it goes hand in hand. I think you're right about that. A lot of times we need to discuss more about in general health, mental health for everyone.
We do, and you know what? One thing what gets left out the conversation where that is the part where everybody lets everyone else understand that we know this is hard. Like that's the thing. Some people put on really well, but let's be honest. It doesn't matter how rich you are, where you're from, what you look like. Life is an individual obstacle course. It's made specifically to challenge you at all your hard points and nobody else's. So that's why sometimes with people, you feel like, how is this beating her up? Like, how is this getting her like this? Because for her specific set of circumstances, how she's built, this is her mountain. This the mountain she's climbing. For you, it's a little hill, it's a ditch in the road. But something that she doesn't think is such a big deal is beating your ass right now. Let's be honest. So it's very much an individual obstacle course, and we're all walking through our own all at the same time. And it's okay for us to look at each other and be like, this is hard. Like just that right there, that's kind of enough to make it a little bit better. It's like, yeah, ain't nobody getting it easy all the time. But what you can do, talk to the people who have found a way to smile in spite of whatever cards they were dealt, because what they've learned is how to care more about the things that matter and less about the things that don't. And that's usually the key to that right there. If you can do that, you're setting yourself up for a much better quality of life. And that's really what it really is all about, the quality of your life.
So true, so true. And like I said, a lot of times, we in a situation in life, we go through enough as it is, and I think a lot of times we don't really, like I said, we don't really discuss that, but we need to push that more, and especially in music, like we need to embrace that more. We have a platform, like discuss this, like different other topics you feel or you feel that needs to be more of a highlight, as they call it.
Mm-hmm.
Go more about that, and don't be ashamed because you never know who's out there suffering the same way, and be like, wow, I heard this and this really resonates with me, and I really want to like, it could be different ways of singing, that way.
You're so right. And it's important for us. One thing I love about having the internet, thank God, because now you know how some people be like, I was born in the wrong century. Not me, not Shine. They put me in the right one. With the internet, that one. Like, I love that the internet is here because it does give us all an opportunity to see how much we're not as alone as we may think we are. Somebody somewhere gets it. I could promise you that. And it might not be the kind of person you think, but they get it. So just being able to get that out, that's why I always tell people, like, everyone is creative. I don't care if you don't think you're creative. Yes, you're creative. You may have a different medium for your creativity. I've met some people who are computer programs that are some of the most creative people I've ever met. They're just creative when it comes to computer programming. So don't ever think of yourself as if you're not part of this big old flow of creation that everybody is in. We're all a part of it. We just express it differently. So use your creativity to relate with other people, to show other people what your experience of life is like. So people who have a similar experience, we can connect up, we can be stronger together, that kind of thing.
Like I
Yeah.
said, well put together. I love it, and it's very insightful, and as well, we just need like things like that to uplift us. I mean to say sorry, and get us more into that situation.
Yeah, it's one creator I want to point out. I'll make sure to shoot you her information because I think you'd love to have her on your show. Her name is Iana. She's a model and she also has a mental health organization. She does wellness walks, I think once or twice a month, for other creatives and other people. And it's great. I'll make sure to shoot you her information. But it's people doing things like that. That's what I'm talking about right there. It's okay for us all to admit that we all got dropped down here and nobody handed us a rule book or nothing. And we keep on getting consequences, but we don't know what to do with the situation. Like, it's okay. We can all admit that we do not know what we're doing. I was telling my sister the other day, I was like, man, what really happens is it doesn't matter how old you get, you still don't really know what you're doing. I remember being in my teenage years looking at people who are the age that I'm now, and being like, wow, I bet they have it all together. Well, newsflash, I got here and it's still apart. We don't know what's going on, but that's okay. Once we all have that, then it also gives us a chance to be a little bit more forgiving of each other too, because whoever that person is that you having bad words with, can't forgive, holding a grudge against, guess what? They were literally doing the best they could with the very, very limited information that they had, just like you. And, they didn't know what they were doing either. We're all here figuring it out. So let's just be nice to each other while we figure it out together.
No, definitely, and you're right about that. And I think, like I said, at the end of the day, we use these sources in a way to uplift our life as well, and learn and gain something from it at the same time.
Absolutely. Yeah. Learn and gain from the same time. I would say I've met some and come across some of the best resources and people because of the internet, because of technology, and because of music. Um, Being able to be a part of the music world, I won't say industry because the music industry is something a little different, but the world of music, that has helped me to meet some of the best, greatest people. I have a friend in Australia right now because of a music intensive that her and I both took place in from across the world on the internet, and we've been friends for about 10 years. I just talked to her the other day, actually. It's I know her, and she's such a beautiful person. Her name is Rachel Coster, and she is on Instagram. She makes music. She's a singer-songwriter as well. So it's just like, when you can focus a little bit more on what you've been given than what you don't have. And I'm not saying this because I think it's easy to do all the time, or because I'm trying to be down on anybody. I'm just telling you, as somebody who didn't used to do this, from the other side of building this habit, if you can just try to focus a little bit more on what you have available to you and try to think a little less about what you don't have, man, your life will improve, and it's going to do it pretty much immediately. So just consider what I'm saying. Hmm.
Like I said, I think for the most part it's great because it's a lot of great things out there. People out there in general that really need more information or resources, like you mentioned a few minutes ago on that. And Yeah, definitely. If they would like to come on the show as well, they're more than welcome to
I will
listen.
definitely be sending you
Yeah,
their information.
I appreciate
Yes.
that. Definitely, definitely. So prior to that, do you have any shout outs you want to give?
Oh yes. So, for all the people who voted for me, because I was just participating in the America's Next Top Hit Maker competition. The finals that are happening this week, I did not move on to the finals. However, all the people who voted for me and supported for me got me all the way up to fourth in my group, which was pretty close. I know, right? I'm so excited. So, yes, there's a short list of people I want to shout out real quick because they really showed up for me. And then I want to thank everybody. So, Rachel, you're one of those people who I just brought up. All of my sisters, which I'm not going to make y'all head spins with their names because we all have the same initials. But, I have quite a few sisters and my brother, also my dad. And you can find him on Instagram, Swain COPD. He's a performing artist, singer, and a songwriter, and many other things. Um, I would like to thank my mom, of course. Who doesn't thank their mom? But also my friend Candace, my friend Ronell. Yeah, and another performing artist. Her name is Sensei. Love her. And then my sister Shytrice, who's another performing artist. So all those people, um, thank y'all so much. It means so much to me that y'all supported me with that and that y'all believed in me. um it literally made me cry a couple times because I was like, oh my gosh, they're voting for me, like they're sharing it, they really want me to win, like, oh my god, like you can't pay for that, like you can't pay for people to show up for you. That's just straight up love. And so thank you, all of you guys, for showing me so much love and showing up for me. And I want you guys to know that I got a lot more music, a lot more content, a lot more art, period, coming. And I'm working very hard to improve and to make things a great experience for you guys because you totally deserve it. So thank you all.
I love it. I love it. Also, tell people where they can find you on your social media.
Absolutely. So you can find me three places right now. YouTube, you can find me at Shine818 Music on YouTube. Instagram, you can find me at iShine818 on Instagram. And then TikTok, where I will be posting short video clips of me singing so you can enjoy that and just be swiping and scroll, enjoy that. On TikTok, you can find me at Shine818 with the underscore at the end. And those are the three places you can find me on social media. Other than that, check me out at my website. That's going to be shine818.com. Mm-hmm.
I love it. I love it. So before we go, I'm gonna play in a bit. We're gonna take a quick music break, but before that, I'm gonna play your performance, the one you just mentioned before on here in the show. Let me just make sure I get it correct. It was the performance you did at the. I hope I said it correctly. The Isery, yeah, lights, camera, music event. You just mentioned that at the art room.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna make sure I get it correct.
Oh, so it's the company's name and the group's name actually is Zoria, is a performing artist group made up by Honey Iris, Brian Wynn, and also their cousin is a part of the group. Please go check them out, y'all. Zoria is spelled Izoriya. If you put that in Instagram, you will find them or find them through my page. But they do cultural arts events, and they curate events as well. So, man, they're always doing great things in Houston. I appreciate them having me on the show. But yes, this was a part of their show, what she's about to play right now.
Okay, awesome, awesome. So before we, we're gonna play that in a few minutes, and then after that, we're gonna take a little break. And I have to get the other person out. But before we do, we're gonna close it out playing your performance. So stay put. We'll be right back.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys are watching the Vero G Spotlight Radio Show with your host Vero G and our amazing guest, artist Shine. So we're gonna play her amazing performance, and I love that. By the way, I had to show this. So with that in mind, let's show your performance, and we'll be right back. Yes. All right. Did you hear anything? Because
No, I didn't hear anything.
okay, I was like, I went on my phone, checked the Facebook. I'm like, why is it muted? Like,
I'm not sure. I thought I just couldn't hear it because I was over here.
yeah, because I'm like, I had to swear. I went back. Let me go check my phone. I went on my Facebook. I'm like, why is it muted? And it, mind you, the volume is up. So I'm like, okay, this is, yeah, it's fully up. Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
No, you know what? It's also because a lot of times I'm also online on YouTube as well live. So what happens is that if it's right, you don't go in this. Yeah, it's Facebook. They have a thing with Facebook now. They tend to do this if it's something of a song that's already, you know what I'm saying, like if it's copyright or whatever.
Yeah,
they'll mute it and they won't ban you, but they'll like basically mute the video.
Yeah, they will. You're right.
Yeah, and this happened to me not so long ago. So I was like, and that's not happening again. So I know that for a fact. It's a flag with Facebook and I think with YouTube. So they're very funny with it. But with that in mind, you performed for us. People heard you.
Yep.
I mean, listen, that's enough validation right there.
I appreciate you having on the show, Vera. I really do. Like, I love. This was a great experience, and I definitely will be back when you have me back. Like, I'm excited about that as well. Thank you again.
You're very welcome. And listen, you're more than welcome. Let me know when you want to come back. You already know this is home, so thank you. And
in that case,
yeah, definitely not a problem. And like I said, just continue on your amazing progress, your amazing work, your legacy, as they call it, and just keep shining. No pun intended, but you are shine. But keep shining.
You too.
Yeah. Thank you, my love. Thank you. And we'll stay in touch, and we'll talk after the show.
Yeah. Okay, sounds great. Have a great night, everybody, and you guys.
Thank you. Oh, you got audience saying good night. You got an audience, live audience here. Okay. See, we got an audience. We got somebody saying love your music. See, that's what I'm talking about. You see?
Well, all of y'all keep shining this.
See, you ready now?
Keep shining, baby.
Yes. We don't get this every day, audience, so I'm gonna take what I can here live. I'm here. That's right.
Live from Rockaway Park.
That's right. What he said. Oh, I'm so done. But have a great night. Happy 4th of July.
Happy 4th of July to you guys too. All right.
Say bye. Have a good night. Bye.
Bye.
Good night. Oh shit. That was, and mind you, we're live, by the way, guys. Okay. I always say when you're live, you just can't change situations. You just got to go with the flow, as they say. That is right. Oh, guys, it looks like we live. Things be happening wild in here, and then listen. The Sunday night, guys, God willing, I'll be updating you guys on the finale of the Puff Daddy case situation. There has been so much ruckus going on this past week about his case, and many people are disappointed on the verdict. I will talk more about that on Sunday.
Free Diddy.
No, we're not doing a free Diddy.
Knock his ass out and throw away the key.
Oh,
if that's the case, bring R. Kelly back, baby. Bring R. Kelly.
Listen.
Kelly in my house. Baby oil.
I can't take you anywhere. I am so done. I can't look at baby oil anymore, man. I just can't anymore. Oh, listen, you getting too. All right, take it easy now. Take it easy. Well, we wait for our next guest on here. I'm done. Let's get right in. Let's get into announcement. Listen, by the way, thank you for our amazing guest on this past hour, Artist Shine. She's amazing. So keep up the great work and all that. And her EP is coming up at the end of the year. So love to have her back and talk more about that when that gets released. And that's said and done. So with that instead, let's go quickly into announcements.
Here, you're watching the Vero G Spotlight Radio Show, and it is part of the announcement segment. So definitely come check out updates and much more.
Thank you, Bob. I appreciate that. Yeah. So, guys, a quick announcement on here. As you guys know, again, happy 4th of July. It is out there crazy. We have seen some wild things today, and please be safe out there. If it's not gunshots, it's fireworks. Please be safe out there with that said and done.
And if it ain't vodka, it's water. Do not drink and drive.
Oh, it's so done. You first heard it here.
at the same time.
Then we get comedy here once in a while too. Why not? Live for you guys in the audience. All right, guys, quickly, you guys could check out the website.
You remember to say live from Rockaway Park?
Right.
We are in Rockaway Park.
Okay.
And can you tell people to visit this beautiful neighborhood?
Yes.
If you're from the New York City area, get out here to the Rockaway Park, Rockaway Beach area. It's fun. And if you're gay friendly, come to Reese.
I am so done. Oh my God. I'm done with you.
Tom, your curious tour guide awaits.
Okay, can I please finish this, guys? Thank you. All right.
I love this photo.
Oh no, you're good. Okay, so quickly announcements. Our guest is on here. All right, guys, quickly, you guys go check out the website at www.WhosNextNYCRadio.com. We're looking for radio submissions right now. Any artists out there would love to have the music played on here. It's played each and every other day, 24 hours, 7 days a week, and 365 days. So again, if you'd like to get your music played, we play all types of songs or genres from R&B, hip hop, pop, reggaeton, reggae. The list goes on. Definitely contact us. You have me on Facebook. If not so, you have me on Instagram. You can follow me on my Instagram at official Vero G. Quickly, another update on here. I guess real quickly, you guys could check out my page as well, or my website, which is www.verogmusic.com. Go subscribe, or check out the page. You can follow there. Also on my YouTube channel, Vero G Spotlight Network. Also subscribe to that. I will subscribe back. So yeah, with that said, that was it for announcements on the show here. We are having our next guest on here now. After that, we'll go do some quick segments, and then we're out of here because it's a holiday weekend. I'm going to enjoy it. Damn it. All right. So with that in mind, we have our next lovely guest on here. He goes by the name of JR, the artist, and let's get him on the show right now. All right. Welcome. How are you? Doing good. I see the fireworks. Happy 4th of July.
You hear?
Yes.
It's little over here, man.
I can tell, man. I was like, oh my God, it's crazy.
What's going on, man?
Oh, okay, cool. Because your Wi-Fi's in and out. Trying to, yeah. Oh, Nick, he got cut off. Damn it. Ah, why? Please come back on, sir. Please come back on. Okay, well, hopefully you get it back. Okay, I think I see him. Okay, let me see 1 second. Okay, hello?
Hello.
Okay, I can hear you now because it was like in and out before. I was like, what's going on?
Can you hear me?
Wait, what's up? Yes, I can hear you. Yes, sir. Yes, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, man. Look, it's a little loud. That's all. But I'm outside, though.
Okay. Okay, make sure you hear me.
It's all good.
Okay. Well, welcome to the show. Thank you for coming on. I appreciate it.
No question.
All right, definitely. All right, are you ready?
Yeah. Let's get into it, man. The boy JR, the artist, man.
Yes, definitely. Tell them more about who you are as JR, the artist.
You say that one more time.
No problem. So tell the viewers watching right now a bit about who you are as JR, the artist.
I'm JR, the artist, man. I'm a musical artist. I do all genres, mostly hip hop and R&B. I'm not sure if you can hear me, but to everybody listening, everybody watching, man, I'm a talented musician coming out of DC, man. So stand up, man.
All right, cool. So, let's say who was like your top 3 to 4 music influences in your life?
You said what?
Who are your like top 3 to 4 musical influences in your life?
I want to say Tupac, Kevin Gates, and I want to say Jay-Z.
Okay, cool, cool. I like that. I like that. Okay, let's say down the line, if you had the opportunity to work with any of them, who would it be?
Say what?
Okay, so if you had the opportunity to work with any of the artists you mentioned, who would that be?
To work with,
Yes, yes.
I work with Kevin Gates.
Okay, dope, dope. I like that. I like that. Okay, okay. All right, so now let's talk about your music. Now you got an album called Rebirth. I checked out the album; it's really good. Good stuff. Now, let's talk about the album. Now, let's. How did you get into the process of that, and also, why did you name it Rebirth?
I pushed my songs out in singles at first until I came up on his distribution deal with Empire. So I put it all open, and it's like a rebirth. It's like I'm bringing my songs out back out and putting them all in one album.
I like that. I like that. Okay, cool, cool. So you have a lot of good songs there, and we're gonna play in a bit. Both of the songs I found really good. That's they have other ones as well I like, but I really thought these would like stood out the most for me. And let's talk about these two particularly. One is called "From the Bottom," and that's featuring Mike D'Angelo, and it wasn't meant. So let's talk about those two songs.
Okay. From the bottom, basically, basically, it's a story. I tell stories, so it's basically saying that I came from the bottom. And I'm a trench baby.
Uh, well, we having him back on soon, maybe because of uh he's outside right now with the fireworks. So we're trying to get back on here. Um, okay, he is right here. Hold on. All right, welcome back. Yeah, I can hear you
Yeah,
now.
can you
Yeah,
hear me? But I said,
it's okay.
okay, so from the bottom, I have a story, so I, I came from a little bit of nothing. So it's just me. I'm my verse. I'm telling my verse. I'm telling my story on my verse, on my side of how I came, how I'm coming, and what I'm standing on.
Okay, got you.
And
Yeah,
wasn't
because we're
meant.
gonna.
Uh huh.
Yeah. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, and wasn't meant was a all my songs come from stories and experience. All my songs come from experiences, and wasn't meant was a basically talked about a old past relationship
Okay.
that did work out. So I basically tell a story in that. I mean, I tell the story in all my songs. All my songs mean something, and it's related.
That's dope. That's dope. I like that. And like I said, these I like the other song called Reflection. That was really deep as well.
Yeah,
Um, but
that's the song. Okay, so Reflections is the song. I had a gap between because I wasn't making no music within 2 years. So I'm speak on that song. I'm talking about a little bit of everything without saying nothing, and reflecting on the gap, telling you what was going on and what went on in the past, as far as reflection wise,
mm,
and where I'm at now.
okay, got you. I like that. It's just basically like you saying looking back at it and then reevaluating life in general and that. I like that.
Right,
I like that.
right.
Cool, cool. So we're gonna play that in a little bit, but prior to that, what other things you working on this year for? If you have any upcoming projects or other events you got going on?
But I'm working on an album. Working on my new album right now. Um, that's like surprise, got surprise features on there, and I'm telling a little bit of this like this is like my it's like my blueprint too. You know, the rebirth was me putting these out, putting my songs out, and and really just putting them all together. This album right here is gonna, it's like a part two to my rebirth album.
That's
So
what's up.
you're gonna get a little bit of everything. You're gonna get a little bit of, you know, present experience. You're gonna get a little bit of you know, a vibe, a club vibe. You're gonna get a little bit of, it's a little bit of everything. Storytelling, like I'm telling everything. I'm
I love that.
I'm giving the world me.
I love that, and it's good because as every artist out there know. A lot of times when it comes to music, every doesn't matter song or album. I think it's a piece of part of you that people will leave with it. Depending what you've gone through or stories of pain and everything that you want in life.
All right.
Definitely, definitely. So you said that's coming out this year, the new project we talking about.
Yeah, I'm trying to make it drop at least before Oct- at least before at the latest November.
Okay.
At the latest November, I'm gonna drop it at the latest November.
Okay, perfect, perfect. So we got no time. We got no time. Definitely.
Uh,
Awesome, awesome. So prior to that, because you got a lot of things going on. You said you got upcoming events as well, or you putting that on hold for now? Hello?
give me that time of that.
Okay. Hello? No, I hear like firework. Oh boy. All right, guys, just bear with us. We're just trying to work out the glitches now on the his part right now with the. I think it's like signals acting up in and out right now. Let me see if we get him back on here. Oh man, he's going. All right, let's try to get him back on here. Hold
Hey,
on. Hello?
I'm working over here like crazy, man.
Yeah, it's like what's going on?
Sorry.
No, don't worry about it. It's okay. So like, you have any upcoming events, performances?
Yeah, cause
Yeah.
I'm done.
Oh, yes,
Can you hear me?
yes. Hello, hello. Oh boy. Hello. Um, well, we're gonna try to work around it, guys. If not, we have to probably reschedule him another day to be on the show. So we're gonna give another try. If not, we'll just have him back on another day. But prior to that, guys, again, you're watching the Vero G Spotlight Radio Show with you. Yes, I'm host, sorry, Vero G. Let's try to get. Oh, he was just on here. Hold on, he won't know. Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me try one more time. Okay, let's see. Hello.
We back.
Okay, I was like, what's going on?
Yeah,
Okay.
it was like no.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Um, so it's okay. It's okay. So tell us about. Hello.
We
Hello. Yeah, I think your Wi-Fi is in and out. That's why it's interfering with it. Yeah. All right, guys, we're gonna have another time because he's out right now. Let me just tell him right now because um yeah, he's out. I think he's out. I'm gonna try one more time, but not yeah. Hello.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Okay. All right. So just to continue off the conversation, you have any upcoming live performances coming up?
Uh, Not right now. I'm just honestly just working on my album, my next album right now. I will. I might have a surprise performance in New York on Black Ink,
Mhm.
but that's not confirmed yet. But other than that, I've been working on my album and really staying focused on what I got going on.
Not true. Uh, all right, guys. So like I said, we're trying one more time. Let's see how we gonna do this. Hold on. Hello.
Hello,
Uh,
hello.
yeah. Okay. You can hear me. Can you hear me?
It's bad signal, man. It keep cutting off.
Hello.
Yeah, can you hear me? I'm sorry, man. This is
Yeah, I
this
can
is
hear you now.
crazy.
Yeah. No, no. It's okay. It's okay. So you said right now you're not nothing at the moment for performances, but you're working on a new project as we speak.
Yeah, yeah. I just got a
Okay,
distribution
cool.
deal with Empire, so I've been working on my album, working on some sponsors. I'm working on 3 sponsors right now, and the making of
Awesome.
that. Um,
Okay, cool.
Other than that, I'm just working. I'm just working. Do a little here's and there's every now and then, performances and everything. But I'm really doing some marketing around my album, and I'm doing some marketing around, getting my videos. I'm about to put some videos out. That's off my album with the songs and everything. Reflection in particular. So be looking out for
Gotcha.
that.
Okay,
Um,
perfect. I like that. So do you have any other videos coming out as well?
oh, not yet, not yet. Like it took a minute for me to get back in the mix, and I know. So I finally found my.
Uh, so we're just. I'm sorry, guys. This is sometimes when you go live, it's sometimes maybe the wife of the other person is, and if it depends on the situation. So I understand. Let's try again on him on the show. One second, hold on. Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah,
All right. Yeah, as an artist, you go through ups and downs and the roller coasters. You go through phases like the highs, the lows, and going through detrimental situations. But I'm back at it. I'm back at it,
that's
and I'm
really good.
working.
I like that. I like that. Okay, cool. That's what's up. So prior to that, do you have any shout outs you want to give?
Give a shout out to people that support me. Give a shout out to my kids. And shout out to my team. We working, man. I ain't doing too much. I'm gonna wait for the big shout out for when I got something to celebrate.
Okay, I like that. I like that. That's what's up. Now let's talk about your stage name, JR the Artist. How did you come about with that?
Well, first and foremost, I'm a junior, and then I'm an artist. I paint pictures with my music. That's why I tell stories.
I like that. That's dope. I like that. Okay, cool, cool. So prior to that, we're gonna play right now both of the songs. The first one we're gonna play is from the bottom
Yeah,
featuring Mike below, and
can
then
you
we're
hear
gonna
me?
play wasn't meant.
Can you
Yeah,
hear me?
yeah, yes, yes. So we're gonna play two of the songs right now. One is called from the album Rebirth. We're
Hello,
gonna
hello,
play from
hello,
Hello.
hello, hello, hello.
Oh boy.
You hear me?
Yeah, you hear me?
This shit is getting on my nerves.
Oh. Like I said, guys, sometimes you gotta work around the situation. Let's just try it one more time. Hold on. Hello?
Yeah, hello, hello. I'm sorry, man.
Okay.
This is crazy. But
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe because you're outside. That's what it is in the areas. I don't know what the
it's a lot
maybe it's that.
going
Um, but with that said,
on, man.
yeah, definitely. I know.
I'm
If you want, we can always
in
have
the
you back on Sunday. If you want. Hello.
street, though.
Hello.
This shit keep cutting off.
I'm gonna. I can hear you now.
Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah. You hear me?
Uh, hello,
Hello.
hello, hello.
Oh boy. Guys, we're trying to work it out here because I know he's outside for July. People are doing things when they're going out events and stuff like that. So we're just trying to work with the situation at hand. Hold on one second. Hello?
Yeah,
No,
I'm
no, it's
sorry.
fine.
It's frustrating.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. So what we're gonna do is just play the two singles from your album, from the Rebirth album,
Okay,
and
okay.
when we talked about it. Okay, so we talked about it a few minutes ago out here in the show. The first one we're gonna play is from the bottom featuring Mike D'Angelo, and then Was It Me? So we're gonna play both of that, and then we'll be right back. So just stick around. You guys are watching the Vero G Spotlight Radio Show with your host Vero G and my artist JR the Artist. So give us 1 minute. We're gonna play both songs, and we'll be right back. So stay tuned, guys. I got you. Hold on one
Yeah,
second.
yeah, let's get it.
No problem. No problem. I will be right back.
Uh,
I'm from the bottom, yeah, I come from nothing. Mama crying every day, she was struggling. When the police pull up, that's when we running. See my enemy, that's when I start gunning. I'm from the bottom, yeah, I come from nothing. Mama crying every day, she was struggling. When the police pull up, that's when we running. I see my enemy, that's when I start gunning.
I was raised in the projects, making it
it out, it's a process. You got a dream that is far-fetched. Police kill you with your arms stretched. Hear gunshots all day. Niggas running up a broad day. I see fiends all in the hallway. Hope it's low, we lit the wrong way. Pouring liquor for the dead homies in the box now, they ain't coming back. Writing letters to the jail cell, yeah, my homies gone, all because of rat. What the fuck are you supposed to do when you got no food where your stomach at? Got the trap doing jumping jacks, running plays like a running back. Grind hard, so we play hard. JR got the AR, Spanish plug here, amigo. Offset, take off. On my job, never take off. Serve white like baseball. If you need it, then I got it. Tell me where you at, you can get an 8-ball. Better days when we pray for. What you suckin' niggas hate for? All this money to be made. Get up off your ass and you better go make more. Flashbacks to them cold nights, how I had to get it with a paradise. Just to give my son a pair of Nikes. One day I'ma give us paradise. I'm from the bottom, yeah, I come from nothing. Mama crying every day, she was struggling. When the police pull up, that's when we running. See my enemy, that's when I start gunning. I'm from the bottom, yeah, I come from nothing. Mama crying every day, she was struggling. When the police pull up, that's when we running. I see my enemy, that's when I start gunning.
World's mine, no Scarface, gorilla niggas, we all ate. Rats cut with no snakes, fake niggas in all shapes. 4/5 take all 8. Bullets ring, don't be late. Sued up when it's wartime. Yellow tape bring more crime. Teardrops but no cry. City niggas from the south side. Niggas know how I give it up. Eat your plate, we don't give a fuck. Son niggas with no trust. Hungry niggas get lunch more. Stop beat when I get fed. Stay sharp, get bread more. Watch me back from the fake niggas. Telling all you Jake niggas. Cars get pulled and I'm ace nigga. 2 shots, no chase nigga. No shells, no case nigga. King Kong to these 8 niggas. Separate from the fake niggas. Real niggas can relate nigga. Al Capone with the coke nose. Lay him down like dominoes. Click like bang, dominoes. My ties living by the code. I mean name drive through the mud. Back when I never had shit. Coming up as a youngin'. Label me another bastard.
I'm from the bottom, yeah, I come from nothing. Mama crying every day, she was struggling. When the police pull up, that's when we running. See my enemy, that's when I start gunning. I'm from the bottom, yeah, I come from nothing. Mama crying every day, she was struggling. When the police pull up, that's when we running. I see my enemy, that's when I start gunning.
You used to tell me that you love me, even though you not meant for me. We was lovey-dovey, but now that shit history. Used to have chemistry, used to call my phone at night, going back and forth, so I left just to make it right. Reminisce about the past, all we did was fuss and fight, accusing me and this and that. Did you wrong? I ain't gon' lie. Same time you had a part, mentally you broke my heart. Made my bed delayed it just to have a new start. Look at what you did to me, wasted all my energy. I was on your side, but you turned me to an enemy. Broken promises got me sipping on this Hennessy. Speaking how I feel got me going through epiphanies. Getting high, smoking on this weed just to get by. Never shed a tear, just expressing how a thug cry. Now how a thug cry. It wasn't me trying to make this love last forever. Wasn't me trying to plan the whole life together. It wasn't me supposed to be mine and forever. It wasn't me gave my heart to you but knew better. That's what my conscience kept telling me. That's what my conscience kept telling me. Speaking on the past, I gave you everything I had. Got me venting through this pen and stress my pain on this pad. shouldn't been the same since you chose to do you though. You got another man, congratulations, yeah, kudos. Acting like you booed up, whole time you missing me. All on my Facebook, but keep that same energy. I'ma keep it pushing, keep it all the way G though. 2 fingers in the air, throwing up, let you know. Looking at my IG stories, yeah, I peeped though. Just the thought of me, your face tight, yeah, speedo. Had a whole future planned out, no Cleo. It's hard to say goodbye, that's the way it gotta be though. I'm gone.
All right, guys, welcome back. Welcome back. You're watching the Vero G Spotlight Radio Show with your host, Vero G, and that was artist JR the artist, forgive me. 2 songs we just played right now, which was From the Bottom featuring Mike D'Angelo and It Wasn't Meant. So let's get him back on the show right now. Hey there, welcome back. Oh, what the? But all right, guys, we're gonna try one more time. You're gonna close it out right now. And we got the guys snoring. Don't mind that. That's background. It's crazy out here today, guys. We party hard. We party hard for 4th of July. It's crazy out here. But hopefully we got our guest back on here just to close out with him on here as we speak. So we could just finish up the show and do a quick run through other things, and then that's pretty much it for this week on the show. And also, guys, if you'd like to be a guest on the show, you can hit me up on my social media. My Instagram is @officialverog. My Facebook, you already have me. If you do have me on Facebook, you're more than welcome to hit me up there. Also, we have openings right now for the magazine. If you'd like to be on there, hit me up on my social media platforms. Prior to that, we're just working on a lot of things this year. I'll update you guys more on more details on my music and all that's said and done. I mentioned last week I'll be releasing the single I told you guys about, I think like 2 weeks ago or so. I'll be coming out, I think, by August. I'm giving it by August to give it time because I want to push that out, and then September I'll release the 7th full album, which we called My Anxiety. So that'll be good time for you guys to get like a warm up before the next album comes out. So now my other single, which was not single album, the 5th EP album, which was supposed to be out this year. We might have to put it again because I just want to get things in order. So that one is called Energy, and I'll let you guys know when it gets officially out. With that said and done, in due time. So you guys already know. So we're waiting for our guest to appear back on, trying to figure out what's going on. With that in mind, so while we wait for him for a few more minutes, again, they're more than welcome to hit me if you'd like to be guests on here. Trying to get him back on here. So we could just close out with him and all that said and done. But with that said, while we wait for a few more minutes on here, I just want to mention you guys quickly on. We have other quick announcements on here when it comes to the breaking news and celebrity gossip. We got a lot of things going on here, so I'm going to update you guys on in a few minutes while we speak. So, we're trying to wrap it up here. If he don't come on in a few minutes, we're going to just continue on the show. All right, so we're going to be back on the show then. All right, so with that in mind, thank you, JR, the artist, coming on here and telling us what you've been doing and your amazing music. So, again, check out his album. It's called Reflection. Actually, for me, it's called Rebirth. Go support that if it's out now on all digital platforms. And great, great content with that set in mind. All right, guys, so let's get right into breaking news right now on the show. You know how we do here. We always tell you the good gossip, good, all that said and done. So let's get right into it with that in mind. And we got a lot of good tea. Yeah, already know we got some good tea on the breaking news. So bear with me, guys. We are going on to the breaking news segment. And let's start the show. All right, guys, we're on the breaking news segment of the show where we tell you a lot of crazy things that's happening around the world, as they call it, right? So with that in mind, let's get right into the situation. Like I said, guys, Sunday, God willing, I'm gonna update you guys on the Puff Daddy case. I'll be just touching base on that to finalize his whole trial that's been going on for the past 7 weeks or so of the P Diddy or Puffy, what you want to call it, trial of the year as they call it, or century as they call it. So update you guys on that. So let's get right into the breaking news. Now this one is sad. I really thought, I'm gonna take this off so you guys can see that, because I never thought today would come when I heard a lot of situations with healthcare employees would do some funny things or that's said and done, but this is the first time for this one. And let me update you guys on that whole story, because again, you got to be careful out there, people. And when it comes to these social workers out here in New York City, you got to trust people. It's unfortunate it happens to this young lady, actually elderly lady. Let me reframe that. And it's just unfortunate. So with that said, let me give you guys the details on this case. So apparently states here a New York social worker stole 500K, okay, from a client with dementia. States here the social worker regularly used the victim's ATM card at local casinos without permission. Again, you can't make this shit up. You just can't. Hold on now. Now, oh, that's something else. That's for another thing right here. So again, that's pretty much what that information. I hope I get more information on this. I think that's all the information I have so far about this right now. But if I get more details, I'll let you know. But apparently that's what happened, and I hope they throw the key and lock her away, because for her to take a elderly woman or man, funding of money, that's all they have to make ends meet. And it's a fortunate situation that somebody took the initiative to do that against their will, whatever you want to call it, under their situation, and just it's just sad. Don't do that. Come on. So I hope they do what they have to do and deal with her in that scenario. So it is what it is. All right. So next one on the breaking news scenario here on the show. Now I'm gonna use that last because this one's very interesting as it is. 1 second, guys. I got you. Hold on. Yeah. Let me make sure I get the correct information for you guys here. All right. So apparently this is another sad story here. This is actually for celebrity gossip, but we'll get to then to here on breaking news. So apparently, you see these three men here. They are part of what happened to this happened this week or so in Chicago. There was a fatal drive-by shooting in Chicago. 4 killed, 14 injured after rapper Mellow Bucks, if I said it correctly, album release party. It states here, Chicago-based rapper Mellow Bucks is mourning the loss of her boyfriend and three closest friends after they were senselessly killed during a drive-by shooting at her album release party Wednesday evening. Police said that the deadly assault occurred just after 11 p.m. at the 300 block of West Chicago Avenue as a crowd stood outside what's reported to be Altus Lounge nightclub where the party took place. Law enforcement said someone opened fire on the unsuspected crowd, killing 4 and injuring 14 before fleeing the scene. A video circulating social media shows a vehicle passing by the shooting location just before the assailant opened fire, and you can hear the bang of the shots in the stunning clip. Of the injured, 3 remain in critical condition, including a 24-year-old female who was shot in the back, a 25-year-old female who sustained a gunshot wound to the left leg, a 21-year-old female who took a bullet to the mouth. Oh my God. A suspect has not been identified, and the investigation is ongoing. Please confirm. Mello took her to her Instagram to express her absolute disbelief in the hours following the shooting and to mourn the loss of her boyfriend and close ones. She states here, we was having so much fun in our private little life, couldn't leave each other alone, glued to my hip. Every day it's not a light night we ain't spent together. I'm so effing angry you woke up. I held your hand so I couldn't. You talk to me clearly. I'm get it. Boo! I effed up. Now this is how she wrote. So I'm just reading what it states here. Um, this is so sad, guys. I don't know. It's just sad. Real quickly, it states here. She raved about the private life she and her better half were living together, and recounted holding his hand until she no longer could. Ooh, the move hit Maker mourned the loss of her brother and 2 female companions who went by Tay Tay, and I think it's at slash gorgeous on Instagram as well. This is so sad. Melo has not responded to DMZ's request for comment, but she said her heart broken into so many pieces following the attack. That's pretty much it for that with that whole situation. All right, so back to the. Sorry, I was double check my facts here. Now let me get back to the first story. I wanted to break news on here on the show. Let me update you guys on that because I had some more notes on here, so forgive me for that. Going back and forth. All right, so back to the story about the young lady or the New York social worker that apparently took over 500K dollars from her 95. Let me correct that. 95-year-old client with dementia. This is Attorney General stating here. States a New York social worker pleaded guilty to stealing more than 500,000 from a 95-year-old client with dementia. Right? This is so sad. The social worker regularly used the victim's ATM card at local casinos without permission. Officials said. Westchester social worker Chantel, I can say correctly, Chanuet, pleaded guilty to the charge of grand larceny, forgive me, in the second degree. New York Attorney General Letitia James announced on Wednesday. Quote unquote, elderly New Yorkers deserve trustworthy care workers, allowing them to live their later years in dignity and security, said James. Chantal Chenouet abused her position to steal vulnerable women's retirement savings. Oh my God. All right, calm down. And my office is bringing her to justice. I will continue to go after anyone who tries to manipulate or steal from seniors in need. According to an investigation conducted by the Office of the Attorney General from March of 2017 to June 2022, Chenouet used the victim's bank card to withdraw hundreds of thousands of dollars from her checking account. Oh my God. Chenouet transferred her 500,000 from the victim's retirement accounts to the victim's checking account on multiple occasions. Jesus Christ, officials said Chenouet would then bring the woman to the bank to make withdrawals multiple times per month, according to court documents. The defendant was able to do this as an adult protective services caseworker. Damn shame. Some of her duties include accompanying the victim to her bank once a month. As the victim's health declined due to her dementia, Chenouet took advantage of the victim's, official says. Chenouet's actions came to light in 2022 when she went on a medical leave. A new caseworker assigned to the victim noticed a massive drop in her assets. A further look into the victim's other assets revealed that the woman's bank accounts and retirement accounts had been emptied completely and should no longer afford home health care. A forensic audit of her bank accounts revealed a pattern of suspicious withdrawals and transfers, as well as the use of the victim's ATM card and times when she was homebound, according to the court documents. Oh, shame. All right, real quickly on here. As a result, a new guardian was appointed for the victim in April 2023. The court secured 88, well, let me make sure I get it right, $881,000 in restitution, which was used to cover her housing and medical expenses. As a result of her plea, Chenouet faces a sentence of up to 6 months in jail. Only 6 months? Wow. Matthew Agariza is that's the guy who put the notes in there. Okay, got it. All right, here's another story, guys. Apparently, you guys know there's a lot of story about the illegal immigrants and them here in New York City and the whole protest behind that whole story, right? So, with that in mind, apparently this is true. Let me get that picture for you guys. Oh, wrong one. Awkward. Hold on. Yeah, getting a lot of stories right here. Is that the one? If not, I think I had the picture and I didn't put it up. It's okay. Let me double check. Yeah, this is the one. Okay, here it is. So it states here, the Roosevelt Hotel, which you guys know is very well known many years for celebrities, is a high-end hotel. I don't know where exactly. I think Manhattan or I don't know exactly around it. Anyway, so with that said, this is one of the 63 migrant shelters that are closed. New York City closed 63 migrant shelters this year, including Roosevelt Hotel. Oh, New York City, okay. So it states here the city has closed 63 migrant shelters over the past year, including the Roosevelt Hotel Arrival Center, which closed last week. Wednesday, Mayor Eric Adams celebrated the closure of the Roosevelt Hotel, which became as an arrival and intake center for the migrants in May of 2023. This is going to be, quote unquote, this is going to be one of the most important chapters in our books. Adams said Wednesday, 237,000 migrants and asylum seekers went through our system. Roosevelt Hotel was a symbol of that. Adams announced in February that the Roosevelt Hotel would soon close as an asylum seeker arrival center. Intake will now happen at other homeless shelters, he said. At one point, $4,000 asylum seekers arrived in the city each week. Adams said now the city only sees about 100 incoming migrants per week. Damn. About one, all right, let me check this correctly. All right, about 1,000 rooms at the Roosevelt were once used to house migrants. As the last week, the hotel had only a dozen families. Damn. Families told Pix 11 News that the hotel had emptied not by last week, a huge contrast from the busy height of New York City's years long influx of asylum seekers. The city has been closed by 62 other migrant shelters over the past year, Adams says. Adams announced in January of the city, forgive me, would be closing 13 migrant shelters citywide, representing 10,000 beds, and opening a facility on Bruckner Boulevard in the Bronx to house adult men previously living on Randall's Island, which is a very horrible shelter, by the way. Um, yeah, this is just sad. This whole story. One thing bad to another, man. Again, chat is open. If anyone wants to talk about these issues or anything that we talked about on the show tonight, you're more than welcome. Now, this has happened recently. Again, you guys know it's a holiday season. 4th of July is here for the weekend. And this had to unfortunately happen this week. Now, apparently, there was a multi-bus crash at Port Authority bus terminal in New York City. It leaves at least a dozen hurt. Now, again, people are traveling now. Please be safe out there, no matter if you're taking a plane, a bus, a boat, a car. Doesn't matter what type of mode of transportation. Please be safe out there as it is. So it states here the Port Authority bus terminal has reopened its express bus ramp after an accident that injured at least a dozen people and caused delays for the Wednesday morning commute in New York City. The bus transportation hub remained open after the crash, but New Jersey Transit suspended bus service to the terminal and the ramp was closed for the morning rush. The situation also led to heavy traffic at the Lincoln Tunnel. 12 hurt in crash at Port Authority bus terminal. It states here Port Authority police said that three New Jersey transit buses collide about 6:15 a.m. and happened on the fourth level entrance ramp at West 40th Street and 9th Avenue in Manhattan. My goodness. Again, people, please be safe out there. I cannot stress that enough. And I'm not gonna talk too much about this because I'll be on this for all night about this whole situation. So apparently, as you guys know, this is officially breaking news. Our 45th president, Donald J. Trump, will be officially signing the bill that just got passed. It's called the Big Beautiful Bill. Now, I could go into this, but I'll just sum it up pretty much the story for tonight with this. Now, apparently, the Big Beautiful Bill, which it has different types of elements on this whole bill, but to sum it up, this is for not for us, not the legal immigrants. Wow, I'm tired. Not the citizens here. It does not affect us. It affects the illegal immigrants out of here that entered here in the United States. Basically, what it is those who are receiving Social Security, Medicaid, or what do you want to call it, are getting the assistance of the city, who are illegally here as the legal immigrants that came here a year ago, so whatever, are now terminated to receive any basically city funded programs for them. And the president that stays here is Trump, as you know, has stated that has been a huge financial hardship or hardship, what you're going to call it, because that right there, that money could go to us, the citizens of the United States, who are needing of those things at the moment for any city governmental assistance, as they call it. So with that in mind, a lot of the Democrats were, especially in Congress, a lot of them were very angry about this matter. They were saying no, they shouldn't take them away because they need the help as well. And the Republicans, they were fighting back and forth about this, like, they're illegal immigrants and they're getting all the money that could be helping the United States of Americans, the legal residents here, people that are struggling day to day. They need those kind of resources right now. So I'm kind of here with this because I do agree with the Republicans are saying, because of the fact that they're sucking up our resources, right? Let's keep it what it is. And I understand on the other end, like, do need help, but they need to go like every other immigrant that came to the United States, no matter how they did it many years ago, and even till now, they had to go through the proper protocol to come to here, as they call the United States of America. And I think that's the right way to do it. You can't come here illegally and take all our resources and, excuse my French, fuck everybody else. It doesn't work that way because that's not how the system works here. It's a democratic supposedly wink and wink democratic situation out here, democracy as they call it. But at the same time, it's like we need to make common sense what it is, right? So just to sum it up, that's majority of what the big beautiful bill act as which now is going to be passed when Donald Trump will be signing, I think as of next week, officially in his office. So you guys already know. So yeah, it's very interesting with that this whole story. But like I said, I'll give you more information when I get more update on that as we speak with that. There's a whole lot of stories, guys. A whole lot of stories. Hope you guys are entertained with that whole story. So that was it for breaking news. Let's get right into my next favorite part of the show, which is celebrity news. I'll give you guys some of that scoop for the interesting bogus of this show. Bonus, Rick, I'm tired, you tell. Yeah, you ready now? You guys already know. So let's get right into celebrity news, everybody. Oh yeah, let's get to it.
Audio Jungle.
All right, guys, we're on the celebrity news segment of the show. So let's get right into the juicy juice. Let's get right into it. So you guys know I was shocked to find this news as well on the entertainment world because I thought they were together for a good amount of years. And I mean, they had a baby together. What do you want to call it? It's just unfortunate with that set of mind. So you guys already know. So apparently it states here officially Orlando Bloom, as you guys know, officially has split with Katy Perry. And they have a little girl together, I believe. I have a daughter. And they've been married for 9 years, by the way. I didn't know about that. So it states here Orlando Bloom seems to be feeling reflective following his split from Katy Perry. Following his recent split from Katy Perry, Orlando Bloom shared a series of reflective quotes from psychiatrist and psychotherapist Carl Hung, which reflected on quote unquote loneliness and sadness. People confirmed on June 26th that the pair had gone their separate ways after 9 years together. My God, how do you guys feel about that? Like, I thought they're gonna be like a long-lasting couple, especially in Hollywood. Like, Hollywood's crazy out there, but I don't know. I mean, I wish both of them on their own situation with that. All right, so let's get into another happy note here, somewhat. Okay, now you see down the screen that's Khloe Kardashian, and she has some interesting words about her exes. She states here, divorced from Lamar Odom. That was her first husband, and the whole story about him having sex escapades and the very infamous Las Vegas. How I think it was God, I forgot the name of that place. The Bunny House, Bunny something. It was a well-known place that men would go there to get sexually taken care of. You know what I'm talking about? Anyway, and he was also known doing cocaine and all everything else. So with that said, then she states here, her divorce from Lamar Odom prepared her for Tristan Thompson's traumatic cheating scandal. She states here, quote unquote, obviously no one can prepare you for something like that. And it wasn't the cheating that like, people get cheated on. It's more that I was 9 months pregnant. I was having a baby 2 days later and it was so public. Yeah, that's embarrassing. Even though rich or not rich, I think she has a right to state that because she's already seen as for her family, well known, seen publicly in different ways you could say it, no pun intended, but I think for the most part it's unfortunate, her past relationships were scrutinized by the media, and I guess it's just unfortunate how it all played out with that said and done. You guys already know. All right, so let's see what else we got in celebrity news. I think that was pretty much it. Let me double check, make sure we're not missing anything here. Yeah, I think we're pretty much summing up for celebrity news on here for this week on the show. So before we get out of here, guys, quickly but nicely, let me tell you guys. Each month on the show here, we always talk about health matter, which is very, very much needs to talk about on that said and done. So with that, it is. I'm going to take this picture down because I need to talk about that. Hello there, buddy. How are you? So again, we're going to discuss this month is called Sarcoma Awareness Month. Now again, we talked about last month on the show was Mental Health Awareness Month. Hello there. Hi. So with that in mind, we're going to have some experts on here as a news coverage on this as well. And it will discuss more about this whole situation with that said and done. I will take a break and we'll be playing the video just in a few minutes. We'll play it right now. All right, guys, I'm so sorry for that. From now on, I'm gonna have to retest these videos because it's like the second time's been going on, and I don't know what's either Facebook or YouTube is going on. So with that in mind, I do apologize on the show here. When I do the Sunday or so, I'll just make sure I test out the audio with these videos before I play it live, so it's not an issue with the video or whatever the case may be with that said and done. But we'll talk more about this on Sunday or that, so we'll figure that out. So, all right. But anyway, guys, I do want to thank you guys for tuning in to tonight's show. Let me take this out real quickly. So with that in mind, I want to thank our guests who were on here, artist Shine and also artist JR, the artist Wolf. We'll try to reschedule him back on the show. I know maybe it's just on his end. He was out and interfering with this, I guess, his end on the technical side. So no worries. Like I said again, thank you for those who tuning in and watching the show each other week on here. I appreciate your support and all that said and done. So guys, we're signing out. I am out and tired, and I hope you have a great, safe weekend as well. Please be safe out there. It's, as you hear, it's a fireworks right now going on, but again, just be safe out there and all that said and done. So guys, we are signing out. I want to say thank you again for tuning in on the show. And you know how we always close out of here with that said and done. So until then, I'll see you guys, God willing, this Sunday, God willing, and all that said and done. So we are out of here. Until then, I'll see you guys Sunday, God willing. God willing. Take care, guys. Bye.
Here, you're watching the Vero G Spotlight Radio Show, and it is part of the announcement segment.
That, you know, as a plus size woman, you're doing it. And I'm like, but why can't you do it? And she's like, well, Mom's like, I'm not pretty enough. And she was
like
she's
when
very
our
pretty.
songs
And I was
come
like,
about, like
but you
we'll get
are.
a beat,
And she's like,
and we
but
just
you
sit back
know,
and vibe to
I
it.
have this,
And when we was hearing it, like
body and these
with the way
stretch
the
marks.
beat
And
is
I'm
set
like,
up,
and
saying, got the amazing
or,
Maroon 5,
someone came up to me on the show and
saying,
I'm like,
that
I could
like
never
that.
do
So,
this. You know, I
that
had
song was real
surgery on my
smooth,
neck
and
and
I
I have
could
a
see we
scar. And I'm like,
focusing
and
ourselves smooth
I said,
people. You know what I'm saying? So
me,
we just
scars show
add
what
a
we
little sauce
survived.
to
They're a
it,
badge of
and
honor.
just came out and brought a little vibe to it,
It's
honestly.
not a flaw. It
Just a
makes you
little turn
unique.
up,
It
because
says,
I
hey,
know
I
my
did
first
this.
project
I
I came
accomplished this. I
more
lived
subtle,
through it, and I'm
I
better
came
for
more
it.
subtle
So,
because it was around
you know,
February,
that's
Valentine's. You got the
what
love,
I
you got the
really
pain. People want
predominantly
to break us
love
around
to
that time
share with
frame as well
people.
too. So,
And
this time
just
around
bring
with
that awareness because, yeah, I'm, I'm plus size. I'm going out there. I'm doing this stuff. All eyes are on me when I'm
really
doing the
honestly,
stuff.
like when
And
our songs come about,
I
like
still
we'll
struggle
hit a beat
sometimes. I remember going to
and we
one New
just
York
sit back and
Fashion Week.
vibe
I
to it.
had,
And we was hearing it, like with the way
imposter
the beat
syndrome,
is
and I
set up,
told this girl
got the
who's
amazing
pretty well-known
Maroon
model, and I'm
5,
like, I
that
feel like
white
I don't
jacket. So,
belong
that
because you
song
would
was
have all
real
these
smooth, and
billboards,
I
and
could
either
see
they
we
would be
focusing
younger or
ourselves
like
smooth